Right, good morning ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Vectra. We are down here at the garage. Hopefully, Mr. Justin White should be rocking up just here any minute now. And today's the day we're going to fit the new race engine. Okay, there she is. Still no Jay. Oh, anything like being on time, mate. We haven't been down here for a little while with GoPro. I've been down here pretty much every day since the car came back from Jake's, doing little bits of the car. We've got, I think now as I'm recording this, I think we've got something like 43 days until Super Touring 2. Now, we've put our deposit down, we've put our entry in, so it's now becoming a little bit real. I hear a van. Here he is. Justin's here! So yes, as I was saying, so I've been down here every day since the car returned from Jake. It's had a lot of welding work done to it since then. I've been doing lots of other things, so I'll just take you through it quick. I'll take you through it on this video as well whilst we're doing the install. But we've been doing stuff like fuel gauge, fitting that. We've got a new brake bias valve from Comp Brake. As you can see, it's still not fully finished in here. I've got the fuse board and everything out at the moment, just because I've got to do a bit more wiring, repairing lights, new brake lines and stuff like that in here, new gear shifter, so lots going on. The splitter we've taken off for the moment because that is going off to see Steve at Sign Tech Graphics in a minute, which is a friend of ours down here. He is going to wrap this to look like to go with the rest of the car. I do not have the patience for wrapping, as you've seen in previous videos. Morning, Justin. How are we doing?
Right.
Ready?
Yeah.
So this guy here was teasing me last night. He's been teasing me saying the engine looks the sex, and then he gave me the 1 second snippet of it. So I still have not seen this engine yet. But it's built. Jay has been, you've probably seen in Jay's videos, the fixing with Justin segments. He's been doing lots of videoing, lots of. I bought a swamp of an engine, so this man has worked his absolute magic.
You wouldn't know now.
Would not.
That's brilliant.
It's lovely. So as you can see, insert funny quote from Fast and Furious here. We got new engines, but it is in there, and I've still not seen it. But yeah, other things I've been doing is running the new clutch line, new brake lines. As you can see, we've got a new bias box from Comp Brake. And yeah, just having a good old clean up, tidy up in here, ready for this bit. So the plan of attack is, once this is in, we're going to be doing several weeks of running it in. We're then going to plan on booking a track day, and then hopefully from there the car will be ready to go racing. I don't want to peek in yet. We'll do like a grand unveiling, but yeah, so lots has been going on. Sorry, I just, as I showed you in here, we've had the welding work I was talking about. She's been tubbed, so this now will, it's not fully where we want it yet, only because I haven't dropped it, because we want to get the engine in to get the height correct. But yeah, this is now, hopefully, Project Super Tourer is going to be ready to go. And then hopefully we'll get ourselves to a point where it's literally just a few stickers, a few bits and bobs, and then any teething issues we find we can just sort out, and then it's go time. We're going to finally go racing June the 28th, 29th and 30th for Super Touring 2.
Look at it. Not like that, but
look at it. Is this where I make a joke? Pretty fly for a white guy. Right, so update. New correct gearbox mount is now on the new F18 with the old mount here. So this one that we tried bodging can now go in the bin. That engine mount is ready to go on. The other gearbox mount is there. I just need to find the little nub that goes through the subframe for that. Jay has busy boy over here currently. Clutch, flywheel now fitted, all torqued. He's just fitting the windage plate and the oil pickup as well. And this time, if you've seen it yet, we've actually gone for a baffled sump this time. It's got little gates, like little flaps in there, so the plan will be to keep the oil in the pan as much as we physically can. And then yeah, so we'll then, once that's all on, we will then look at mounting the box to the engine, and then we'll lift it all in one hit. Good thing with this car is, being that it's a full-blown race car, there is nothing in the way. There's hardly any ancillaries. We're literally running the alternator and that's it. There's no power steering pumps, there's no water sorry, there is a water pump. I mean, there's no, you know, there are no washer bottles and other bits of junk in our way. So the plan will be, we'll just double check, make, yeah, see, all of these need tightening up, tensioner needs tightening up, so we'll do all of this, we'll bolt check the whole thing, and then we'll start lifting it in there. There you go. That there is the male equivalent of success.
That's not a great start, though, is it?
How you feeling, Jay?
Well, a
What
bit more
happened?
relieved. Well, I put the oil pressure sensor in, and it didn't even get tight, and then snapped
So
in the oil way.
yeah, that's not ideal.
Luckily, Nick's got a
bit like
savage stock of.
bit like Blue Peter. Here's what we made earlier.
Oh, this looks a bit more hard wearing, eh?
Yeah.
Does it fit? Live interaction. Oh, it does fit.
Look at that.
That's
See?
lucky.
I've been whilst Jay's been doing that, I've been in here hoarding pieces and bits and bobs, and I've just found all sorts in here. And luckily, one of them was an oil pressure sensor. So that's good. So far, so good.
Nearly there.
Nearly there. So we found all the bolts we need to mount the gearbox, the engine mounts and gearbox mounts, because for the life of me I can't think where I put them. Slaves now in, which is good. So we're slowly cracking through it. It's just, yeah, hopefully we'll mount that to that in a second.
Yeah, no primer needed.
No primer need. Look at it. Gearbox mounted to the engine. Happy, Jay?
Oh, this is very heavy. I'm very worn out and sweaty.
Oh, he's already hot. That's not the heavy. Steph's gearbox was heavy. That
very heavy, yeah.
was not heavy.
It's just, oh look, just quality Milwaukee. And now, today, it's, oh no, it stopped.
See,
No,
I had
stopped
it the other day
working.
at Coombe. It changed direction mid-use.
Now it's working fine again. Oh, now it's, oh, there it is. Shagged.
Buy Milwaukee, everybody.
Well, don't leave in the rain, I'd say. That's what did it.
You want top quality Kilda stuff. That's what you need.
all right.
Right then, ladies and gentlemen, it is ready. It is all torqued up, ready to go in. Jay's eager. There's a big hole here.
We're gonna fill it.
We're gonna fill it. Cue the time lapse. And just like that, she's bolted in place. Look at this. Woo! That ain't going nowhere. So now we got all the coupling up to do. We're just looking for the Gen V bolts because I'm an idiot and I've put them in a safe place somewhere. But yeah, she's all bolted in. Rad's coming tomorrow, annoyingly, so we can't fire her up today. But yeah, we're gonna just sort out all the gearbox linkage. You guys will be happy to know that now we've got the correct F18 Vectra gearbox in with the correct mount. Look, it bolts here. This is the thing we always said we didn't have. And that's what caused us to obviously shift wrong at Coombe, because it wasn't actually bolted to the box. So we've got all the right stuff now for the Vectra in there. Just going to get the gear knob in, do all of that. Finally, chuckling at the word knob. You child. Yeah, so I'm an idiot and I put the Gen V bolts somewhere, so I'm just going to go find them and get the old Gen Vs fitted. We have just trial fitted them on there. You may have seen on the time lapse. It does thankfully clear the brake box, which is why we bought the brake box. So yeah, let's go find some Allen bolts. Where'd you put them, Jay?
Don't ask me, mate. That's your problem, not mine. I did not want to be anything to do with that.
Yeah, what a numpty. Well, there we have it, everybody. It's in. Still missing the rad and stuff, obviously. Jay's packing up. He's got to go and earn some money for the day. I'm going to be down here now, just sorting out bits like the gearbox linkage, just tightening all that up. Sort out breather hoses. I've got there's loads of stuff to tighten up, loads of bits to bolt down, etc. I've got to go take that splitter down in a minute as well. But yeah, it's in, Jay.
Progress, big progress.
Big progress today. and then hopefully I'll lower it down later on and we'll see how she sits with the engine in as well. Goodbye, Justin. Thanks for your time. Alright then. Just put the the bonnet on, just to make sure that it all fits where the new Piper Cross filter is on, and needless to say, it fits beautifully. I've just sat the car down with the engine in. She sits beautifully. Look at that. We've got room as well if we want to go stupid low like the Super Tourers were. Unfortunately, without roll center correction kits and things like that, the car will become undrivable, so a bit of compromise. Look at that. Radiator's turned up at home, so when I go back, I'll be back down here tomorrow, because as you can see, there's a big gaping hole in the front, because as you may have seen in previous videos, the rod leaving the hole in also took the rad out. So yeah, annoying, but new rad is here too. The fan will use, the fan's okay from the radiator that we fitted, but yeah, nice and snug. Done most of the bolts up and stuff now. Look at that. Done most of the things up, so still got a starter motor to fit because ours is goosed. I need to make a bracket for our header tank, because where we've done the tubbing, the original tank doesn't fit where it used to be, so the custom one we've got, just need to make it fit around that pillar there. Day 2 on the Vectra. Well, it's not as day God knows what, but second day after starting the filming yesterday. Today's task is priming and painting this black strip across the front of the bumper. The splitter is now off being wrapped because I don't have the patience for that kind of shit. Rad, that's the old rad there, but the new rad is in. Fill the daily. And then a few other little bits and bobs we're going to get to do today, so let's see how we get on. Okay, so it's been a long going bugbear of mine, but unfortunately to make the 96, 97 front splitter, you have to run a pre-faced bumper, which obviously we've cut and modified to sit and fit with the splitter, but it does come with this lovely bit of black plastic trim. It is textured, so the wrap won't stick to it. So it's now my job to get this on here. I'm no sprayer, I'm no painter. Shout out to Rainbow Paint. Okay, so first lot of adhesion and primer has gone down. It's looking good. Whilst that's curing, just over here, rolling the arches a bit, try and eke this crease out a little bit, give us a bit more, bit more turning. This side's done. It's a fair amount of room in there now, so a little bit more of a stretch on the other side. So just sorting out the new radiator, taking the old fan off the old radiator, and look, I'm still being haunted by bits of the engine block. As you can see, it did puncture a huge hole in the rad, hence we lost all the coolant as well, so to add insult to injury. We do have a new rad. There you go, I've put it already laid it in there. So yeah, that's now going in, but yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys that the block is still haunting me. I'll just put it down with the rest of the bits that we've still got here. Bumper's primed as well. I'm going to take a piece of the wrap to Rainbow Paints in a bit and just get them to match the white wrap, and hopefully that's the front bumper painted, and then when it's back from Signtech we can put it all on one and it should be it then. We've just got to change a few stickers and bits like that, but hopefully the wrap will then be completed as best we're going to get it. Look at that, new rad in with the Dureza fan on. Looking lovely. Next job on the list, plugs. Ooh, baby, let's get these in. No, so just for the camera, we have temporarily put the original coolant tank on for the moment, because the one we have bought, the aftermarket one, typical eBay purchase, sent me it. Unfortunately there wasn't enough of this fitting here, They sent me one extra bung, not enough of those, so we can't put the fill tube on. And like Jay's just said, he wants to vacuum test the car today. So without that, which is in the post, it's on its way, but it does mean we can't fit this little fill tube. So we temporarily put the old one on. There was nothing wrong with the old one, it's just where we've had it tubbed, where it was used to be located. Now can't go there. So we're just going to put a temp one there. Once the fitting rock's up, I'll refit that. Jobbed. But yeah, all the hoses are all in now. You did the fuel lines, didn't you, Jay? Yeah. Tighten the fuel lines, so we're not far away from firing it into life. Right then, so we've just been turning the car over. Currently not getting oil where we want it to go. Jay's just priming the pump with some extra oil, so hopefully it will start coming on through. So currently, as what we're doing is just turning it over, no spark plugs in the car, and then yeah, we're just making sure all the oil's pumping around the car. And once we're happy with that, then we'll put plugs back in. We've unplugged the fuel pump as well, so she's just turning over. She won't fire. So yeah, Jay's just he's climbing out from under the car now. But yeah, obviously once he's happy that there is oil. Currently the fuel pressure gauge, the oil pressure gauge is wrong. It's doing
it's all over the place. That is
all over the place. We need to get a proper oil pressure gauge, as you say, because he broke the last one.
I didn't break it. I just broke the fitting.
You just broke the fitting, so we need to get that one repaired because I know that one works.
Yeah,
we just need the union on that.
So pretty much, as you've been spinning it over, and the oil level has not dropped. So then I've pulled the filter off, and the filter is dry. And then the reason why is because such a long branch way for it to go to pick the oil up and go into the filter. Okay. It's got an airlock in it. It is filled with oil, but it's obviously over time it's all drained back out again.
Excellent.
So now I've pumped some oil in there, the back passageway over the top of the oil filter.
Don't pump oil in the back passage,
into
mate.
the top of the pump, and we're going to give it a go again.
So we're going to spin her over again, yeah?
See if we can get the oil pressure to drop.
Cool.
What's happening. All right.
Right then. So you tell me when.
Put your little, probably want some extra power.
Oh yeah. Obviously where the car hasn't run, the battery is pretty flat.
Go for it.
Ready? I'll put it on the error last data. Well, I'll put it on the oil pressure just in case it actually wants to do something.
Well,
okay, here we go.
P for the camera.
You right down there, Jay?
She's a beauty.
What you got?
Dripping.
We're dripping.
As the kids say, she's dripping.
So we got oil at the filter now, yeah?
Buckets of oil at the filter. I've made a mess.
Jay's making a mess. He was also, I caught it on camera that he was pumping from the rear, from the back passage.
And now she's dripping.
Now she's dripping.
Oh my days.
Let me get you some blue roll, one sec.
How you feeling, Jay?
Nervous. My heart's pumping like I'm running. the
adrenaline is from yesterday.
The adrenaline is just ripping through me.
Oh. So obviously this is a very nervous moment. I am bricking it because if anything goes horribly wrong now, it's game over. We have now got oil circulating around. Jay has just emptied most of the contents of oil all over the floor, but we do have oil at the filter. So we are going to crank it over a few more times, make sure we're all happy with that. I don't think we're far off. I don't think we're far off, are we, Jay?
All right. Okay.
So what happens when we got oil in place?
So once the filter's full, we want to then spin it over a fair amount more because we need to get all the oil up to the top of the cylinder head through all the galleries in the buckets because you don't want to run it and it'd be rattling loads because you don't want to damage too much. And then once I'm happy, the oil level will just keep dropping. And then once I'm happy, after a couple of minutes, just let it settle, dip it. Is it going to drop any more? Try again, try again. If it's got to the point where like, right, it's not going anymore, more than likely, the oil of it's pretty full of oil. So, plugs in, fuel on, boom.
Fire in a life. We have now got a pressure reading, but it's
the most ridiculous thing. Well, apparently 46 psi, and it's like it's just sat there.
It's not doing nothing.
No, I think that's wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that gauge that we fitted is the wrong one. So we just need to get a union for that one.
It's like the car's running. Look at it. It's quiet, isn't it?
It's quiet, isn't it? Definitely not as quiet as Steph's car, though.
Oh, I know.
Are we ready? Everybody ready?
Please just do this.
Should we just do this? Let's put ourselves out of the misery. So this is literally the first turn. I promise you now. Here we go.
pressure.
No fuel pressure?
No, absolutely not.
It helps if I turn the ignition on, doesn't it?
Oh, you what?
You fucking dickhead! Right, here we go.
Fuel pressure. Good.
Pressure, no
Ready?
Right, please.
Oh. Oh.
Very rattling.
Oh my god!
Where's the next go?
It's alive! Yes, it turns out if you turn the ignition switch on, that actually helps.
It's a little bit rattly, but
Yeah. So the PSI. They bark, don't they? Yeah, they bark. I thought that filter was quiet that down. I've done nothing. So today is more checks. Had it running up already this morning, letting it cool down at the moment as per Jay's instructions. So I'm currently working on the splitter. We've since had a huge shout out to Steve at Signtech Graphics. He's wrapped the bottom half of the splitter for me because I, as vocal as I've been with it, have not got the patience for wrapping at all. So he's done a cracking job of that. I am going to colour in all the fixing bolts so that you don't see any of them. But yeah, we've left the carbon on the front of the 97 splitter, which this is a 96 splitter, so the 97 splitter actually has this as a cutout, so we've made it look like the 97 because we might go to the 96 livery at some point, but everybody does that one. We've just painted the spats down the bottom, so they were just ply. I've now painted the black, as you can see. I've somehow got it all over myself, so I've just bolted all this up. I'm just putting the grill in now, and we've painted this bit at the top as well. So it all is the same colour, well chuffed. I will get that on the car in a minute and I cannot wait to see how that looks. Anthony, bless him, has brought a load of bits down for me. I'm going to see if I can fabricate a bracket for the reservoirs as you saw earlier. Right then guys, so I've just fitted the front splitter loosely because I've still got a few little modifications to do. How good does this look? Look at that. I am well chuffed for that. I did just have the bonnet on as well, but I've just taken it off. Just run the engine up again. But yeah, look at that. Happy with that. Happy with that. Another day on the race car. Today's plan: brake reservoirs and clutch reservoir. So I have made this little prototype bracket. We can't use it because it's, as you can see, it's a tad wobbly. So we're going to make that out of some hard steel, so it's a bit stronger. And I just need to move the clutch reservoir over to the end here. So I'm going to just make this a little bit longer because annoyingly it comes out and hits here, and the pipe needs to go there. So it's just too tight. But yeah, I'm just measuring up the pipes that we need to go on 2 banjos, and we should be ready to start filling it with fluids. PBS naturally are going to be supplying the fluid, and it's on its way. So yeah, fingers crossed, once that's all plumbed in, we can bleed the clutch, meaning we can check the gearbox is okay, and we can start bleeding the brakes, meaning we can start driving it. Hello, welcome back to another day on the Vectra. We are being spoilt with this weather at the moment. It's been a couple of days since I was down here last. Today's plan is to get it driving. New bracket's been made now, solid now, so that's not going anywhere. Had to space the clutch a little bit further over so it clears the box down here. I don't know if you can see that. So that's now lovely. So I've just got to cut this pipe to suit. A huge shout out to Proline, because they've been mega. I literally the other day ordered a couple of lines for the brake reservoirs, and yeah, within a day they had these puppies made for us. Look at them. So they're going to be the little stubbies that go from the banjos here up to the reservoirs. So yeah, huge shout out to Proline for that. There you go, Proline braided lines. They've done a few bits for us before when we used to run the old Vectra servo. They got us out of a jam because it was a really weird size. So yeah, they managed to sort that out for us. So go check out Proline for all your braided lines. They did a mega job on that. So we're going to fit that up. Jay's going to be down a bit later with his bleed kit. And yeah, we're going to look at bleeding the clutch, bleeding the brakes. Fingers crossed by the end of play today. The plan is to drive this around. A few other little bits of bobs I've got to do. Starter motor bracket needs fitting. Forgotten that. Jay's given me that as well. Also, we're going to get the header tank fitted correctly. So as you can see, we're currently bodged with this one. This one here is now fitted, and the fitting that the company forgot to send us they've now sent me two, so we can now get this fill tube fitted correctly so that we can vac this up. I've got new hoses to replace the OEM shaped ones. Well, we don't need the OEM shaped ones, we just need a nice tidy hose to these two nipples here. And then yeah, we're going to sort out the gear linkage because it's slightly too far over to the left at the moment, so first and second is a bit of a struggle to select. And I'm going to have a bit of a clear out because it is now June. It is now June the 3rd today, and we will be leaving for Super Touring 2 in 25 days. In that time, we've got to iron out any problems we might find, test it, tune it, get it somewhere where we want it, and then yeah, make our way to Brands Hatch. So 25 days and counting. It's all plumbed in now, all nice and tight. I'm going to start filling it with fluids a little bit later. A little bit tight on this, but that's my fault because I didn't quite measure enough here. Better up sweep would have been better, but we can justify it and we can still use it. That's good. Started putting in the new hoses here over to the new header tank. I have got to push these on a little bit more. They're bloody tight. So as a result, I've gone and stolen my mum's kettle. Sorry, mum. Yeah, so I'm currently heating the end up here so I can get it on the end of the radiator, and then I'll use the rest of the hot water then over these, hopefully soften these up a bit and just push them on a little bit further. I'll then Jubilee clip them and be ready to go. But yeah, sorry mum, if you get home and expect a cup of tea, you're not going to. I've stolen your kettle. Well, that's another day done on the car. More things ticked off the list. Didn't get much recording done today because I got myself into a bit of a zone, so I just cracked on and did as much as I can. Yeah, she's getting there. We now have working fuel gauge, a few other little bits and bobs done, some wiring extras added. As you can see over there, we have got a rear brake line leak which we need to fix. We have bled the clutch up, so we now have a working clutch. It will drive under its own power, but as we've got no brakes, I'm not going to risk it. But yeah, so we're going to fix that on Thursday. Jay's going to pop down, help me with that. Hopefully Thursday we should have a new sensor here, new oil pressure. We can't for the life of us find why the oil temperature sensor is not working, so we'll investigate that a bit more on Thursday. But yeah, 25 days to go. Nearly there. We're looking at bump stop adjustments and stuff like that as well, so for the steering. So yeah, happy day's work there. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Day 472 on the race car build. We've got 23 days till Super Touring. Jay's down here today for a couple of hours with his finger over the hole. We're just dropping out the oil, the running in oil. We're going to put the fresh new race oil in now. The car has been running for a fair amount of time. We're also going to do oil pressure check manually because our current gauge is reading all sorts of funny things. We've got a few new gauges in the bag over there, and that's today's plan. Jay's going to bleed up the brakes. We've already done the clutch, so we got clutch driving. The car was driving the other day, which is great, but we haven't driven it yet because it's got no brakes. We've got here today, and thankfully the front brakes reservoir has held fluid over the last, haven't been down here for 3 days now. The rear one we know is leaking. You would have seen in the last clip that we found the culprit, and it is actually, oh yeah, it's dribbled right out. So this bit here is literally pouring out of this here. We did manage to seal it up a little bit, and then I did one extra tight, and then it's now really broken. So Jay's going to remake that for me because I obviously didn't do a very good job of it. So we're going to clean all that up. So we should have brakes. The car should be running today properly. My plan of attack is today that the last thing we've got to do by the end of play today is just add some extra stickers. The car should be done today. 23 days to go. Let's see how we get on throughout today.
Fuck, this is like jam.
Putting jam in the race car.
It's just like golden syrup.
Look at it.
It's super thick. How slow it is to come.
Yummy. Okay, yeah, so we've done a few hours now with the car running on the Miller's running in oil. So we're now going to put the proper stuff in. Happy to say actually that the running in oil came out quite a nice colour, so we're all happy with that. So we're going to put in the fresh stuff, get her running in. As you can see here, we've got the manual oil pressure gauge rigged up. So currently the digital dash is all over the shot. I think it's reading something like 4 times what it should be. We're pretty sure it's not
blown up by now, I think.
Yeah, we would have known if it was. So yeah, we're gonna put a manual gauge on it so that we've got an actual reading. And as I said earlier, I've got a few different sensors to try, and we'll find the one that reads correctly. And we're gonna try and maybe book a test day beforehand.
That would be wonderful.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
That would be really nice.
Yeah, because we don't know if we've got a weapon of an engine or a grenade of an engine, so
chew itself to pieces.
yeah, fingers crossed.
It was all very tight.
It's all very tight.
Oh well, engineering wise, when they did it,
Oh, well, now you tell me that.
All good, it's fine.
She sounds beautiful. She
Yeah,
revs well. She
knocking.
goes well.
No ticking no more.
Yeah,
It's a feat of engineering. This is.
that it is. Here we have it. So fresh oil's in. She is running. We have seen it started at 4.5 bar. Someone get in the way of that sun. So 4.5 bar from cold, which is good, which is what we want, wasn't it, Jay?
Yep.
And then you were saying about the release valve
As it warms,
doing its thing.
the pressure's going to drop down. Apparently at 850 RPM it should be 1.5 bar. We do have slightly thicker oil, so it might be slightly higher. We do have a spec sheet from SPD Motorsport, and they give us information with that oil, the oil viscosity to the oil pressure, so we can run off of that and what it says the spec of the engine. But at the moment it hasn't exceeded 4.5 bar.
It's creeping down now, isn't it? Which is good, obviously, as the oil's warming up.
So we should get to
This is good. This is good. We like this.
working.
So she's sounding sweet too. Sounding sweet.
So you end up with a bunch of customers all in one place. I've seen your van around.
Just like that, we now have a working brake system on the car. Justin, the little legend, is packing up. He's done for the day now. That's it.
I wish I could go home.
He's got to go and earn some money now, bless him, because this doesn't earn him any money. This just earns him excitement. So yeah, we changed the T-piece down here. Done that. I'm now going to spend the day cleaning out all the bits, oil pressure sensor to fit, cleaning up. Oh, don't forget your flaring tool, dude. Goodbye, Justin. The wizard has worked his magic again. Now, time to get on with this. Just tried the new pressure sensor, which was a like-for-like unit, with the ignition on and nothing running. It's still saying we have 1 bar. So we are going with this type of pressure sensor now, which means a bit of fettling with the wiring, but I'm going to get in under the car now, get that fitted. Oh, the car's fighting me, that's for sure today. Trying my bloody hardest to figure out the old pressure gauge. So trying the new one, getting really weird and random readings. Absolutely no details whatsoever about what the sensor is. Can't find it online. Trying to find the pin out and wiring diagram for this dash, and it's obviously ancient. This dash came with the car back in 96, 97. So, oh God's sake, it's nothing but a pain in the arse always. So yeah, still no accurate pressure reading. We still got no oil temperature either. Which is obviously 2 crucial things that I want running in the car for sure. Yes, we can run a manual gauge if we have to. Temperature, yeah, we can sort out other gauges, but this dash is perfectly capable of monitoring this stuff for us. I want it working. It was working, which is why it's so frustrating. So I'm going to crack on and do some other jobs. Annoyingly, the new header tank that we've got is leaking, so I'm just about to drain the fluid out of that and reseal all of this under here. Jay did say he left me some stuff, so... Oh yeah, there it is. So I'm going to do that. I've got a few other bits like attaching the rear bumper. Yeah. Oh, dash, asshole. Right then everybody, it has been the end of a busy day again. I haven't been picking up the GoPro very much. Sorry about that, but good news. It's been well worth it, because now the car's driving. Woohoo! Look at this. So I've only got a small bit of room to play with, but it's now driving under its own power. Say something. Not having a servo has certainly made a massive difference to that brake pedal. It's like stepping on a brick now. I'll get those pads warm, but yes, that is it. The car is running. A few more things to do, like tidy up the dash. Tidy up the dash and stuff, sorry, just concentrating. And then, yeah, we think we know what the fuel pressure, pressure problem is even. So we've now got, where is it? We've got water temperature, we've got oil temperature finally, oil pressure and fuel pressure. I know what that is now, I reckon. So one more thing to pick up tomorrow, and I think we should have a running and working car. Thank you for watching this. And again, if you've liked our video, hit that like and subscribe button. Hopefully we'll see you at a racetrack soon. Peace out.